Alger Hiss, November 11, 1904, November 15, 1996, was an American government official who, in 1948, was accused of spying for the Soviet Union in the 1930s. The statute of limitations had expired for espionage, but he was convicted of perjury in connection with this charge in 1950. Before the trial, Hiss was involved in the establishment of the United Nations, both as a U.S. State Department official and as a UN official. In later life, he worked as a lecturer and author.
Official is branded a communist spy. His accuser, Whittaker Chambers, self-confessed former communist, testified before the Un-American Affairs Committee.
Mr. Hiss represents the concealed enemy.
The House Un-American Activities Committee had taken up Whittaker Chambers' accusations against Alger Hiss half-heartedly. There was one conspicuous exception. Freshman Representative Richard Nixon despised Hiss and was working around the clock to bring him down.
I am not and never have been a member of the Communist Party.
The case boiled.
On August 3, 1948, Whittaker Chambers, a former Communist Party USA member, testified under subpoena before the House Un-American Activities Committee, SHUAC, that Hiss had secretly been a communist while in federal service. Hiss categorically denied the charge and subsequently sued Chambers for libel. During the pretrial discovery process of the libel case, Chambers produced new evidence allegedly indicating that he and Hiss had been involved in espionage. A federal grand jury indicted Hiss on 2 counts of perjury. After a mistrial due to a hung jury, Hiss was tried a second time, and in January 1950 he was found guilty and received 2 concurrent 5-year sentences, of which he eventually served 3.5 years.
Roosevelt had trusted him, and President Truman. But on the 16th of August, 1948, as the hearing was wrapping up, Hiss walked straight into Nixon's carefully laid trap. The committee has a difficult problem here, he told Hiss. I wonder if, under the circumstances, you would be willing to take a lie detector test.
As the government becomes interested in figuring out who may be spying on behalf of the Soviets,
Nixon assured Hiss that the test would be conducted by Leonard Keeler himself. Hiss understood the law. His objections and evasions covered 2 pages of transcript. The test never happened. But Nixon understood political theater. The test was never the point. Hiss's credibility had been irreparably damaged. I don't know anything about polygraphs, Nixon later declared, but I know they'll scare the hell out of people.
Arguments about the case and the validity of the verdict took center stage in broader debates about the Cold War, McCarthyism, and the extent of Soviet espionage in the United States. Since Hiss's conviction, statements by involved parties and newly exposed evidence have added to the dispute. In the 1990s, 2 former senior Soviet military officers responsible for the Soviet Union's military intelligence archives stated following a search of those archives that the Russian intelligence service has no documents proving that Alger Hiss cooperated with our service somewhere or anywhere, and that Hiss never had any relationship with Soviet intelligence. Unreliable source. The 1995 Venona papers provided evidence for the theory that Hiss was a Soviet spy. Author Anthony Summers argued in 2000 that since many relevant files continue to be unavailable, the Hiss controversy will continue to be debated, with political divisions marking belief in Hiss's innocence or guilt. Hiss himself maintained his innocence until his death in 1996. Kindly subscribe to support our channel for more video like this. Thank you.